In this video, I'm going to talk about how to get started with working with Excel. Now, you have heard about the terms worksheet, rows, columns, and cells in previous videos, and it's now time how to do fundamental operations like creating, copying, pasting, deleting, etc. with these items in this video. Worksheet is a single page containing a collection of cells, and where a user can store, update, and manipulate data. Worksheet is also called a spreadsheet. It's made up of columns, rows, and cells. This is a sheet here, and these numbered elements are columns, and these numbered elements are rows. So intersection of this row and this column is creating a cell. So this is a cell in Excel. Now, whenever we click on a cell, let's say I click here, it's saying A1. If I click here, it's saying B2, let's say B1, C1, and so on. So here the reference is shown in the name box. There are more than 1 million rows in this one sheet, and there are more than 16,000 columns in just one sheet, and there are more than 70 billion cells in just this sheet. So we have a lot of options, we have a lot of area to enter our data. By default, this sheet is named as sheet 1. We can rename it, so we can add another sheet, and it will by default take the name sheet and then the number the number of the sheet. So here we have sheet 1 and sheet 2. Let's rename this one to cells 2023. And let's now delete this one back. So in this way, we could delete the sheet. Now I want to enter something here. Let's say I want to have a title, how to sell more. Now, before that one, I wanted to add something else. So right now, it is in the first sheet, in the first cell, and it is A1. So before that one, I want to add something else. So in this way, I can add a new column or a new row. Let's say I want to add a new column. And if I click on the column and click insert in this way, now I added a new column here. If I want to add a new row, I click here and I click on the insert. So here it's important to where you select and you then click the insert. If you click on a row, it will add a row before that row. If you click a column, it will add a column before that column. So in this way, now we have one row here and one column here. Now I want to remove a row from a sheet. So I write here row to be deleted. In this way, now if I want to delete just this one, I can select this one and then press the delete button. But if I want to remove the row itself, I click on the row and right click on it and then select delete. In this way, I can delete the whole row from here. So because the numbers doesn't change, it doesn't mean that this row is not deleted. The row is deleted, but the numbers are the same as before. Will be the same as before because the number is showing the first row, the second row, and the third row, and the fourth row, and so on. When you click on a cell, it is called selected. So we can select one cell or we can select multiple cells, as you can see here. When I click here and press the left mouse button and drag it, it will select the cells that I want. So here, as you can see, I selected too many cells here, like there are around 24 cells selected here. So if I select here and write something in it, and then if I select this one and click insert, a new alert will pop up saying is what do you want to insert. If I select this one, it will insert a cell to the right of it. Let's now select this one. As you can see, it inserted a cell and a new column, so it took this cell to the left, to the right, and then there is a new column inserted. So if I wanted to, let's say, insert a row, so right at that time it just entered a cell. Now I wanted to add a new row, so it's saying that what do you want to insert. So I say insert an entire row. So when I click it, as you can see, we have a row here because before this cell was here. Now a new row is added to the bottom, to the top of this this cell in this way. So in this way, sometimes we might need to do things like, let's say I select this cell and click the delete, because the Excel don't know what I mean by delete. Does it mean to delete the row, or does it mean to delete the column? So it gives these options to us. So I select the entire column. So I wanted to delete this column. Now, as you can see, we deleted this column. So this column where this hello was located is now in column C. So in this way, we deleted a column. Sometimes we are needed to select multiple cells. So this one is called select cell range. So when I click here and drag the mouse, it will select this one. If you saw in the name box here in the left top, as you can see now it's written 3R2C, means that the range is this one, 3R to 2C. So if I select 4 cells, it's now 4 cells are selected in the B and C column. And as you can see here, if I drag more, it will select more cells. Now, if I want to do something with this one, I need to first select these cells. And let's say I want to fill these cells with some color. So I click here. As you can see now, this has a new color on these cells, in these 4 cells. And we have the concept of cell content. For example, in this one, I want to enter something. I want to write a text. So here, this text string is called the cell content. And we can add any data in Excel cells. And when you store in each cell, these enter data has a type. We can enter numbers, we can enter text, we can enter any of these types of data types that we want. As you can see here, these are the data types that we can enter to this Excel cells. We can also format this cells. As you saw, I have formatted here. I give it a color of yellow to the background. Let's say I want to give a color of red to the text. I can do it by selecting this command, the color command, and here, as you saw, we did formatting. If I wanted to do some calculation, I can do also. I can enter a formula inside this this cell. When I want to enter a formula inside the cell, I use the equal sign, and after that you can write the name of the function. So one function is the sum. So the function sum, what it does is it sum all the numbers giving inside this one. Let's say I select this one and then this one. Right now, if I wanted to select multiple cells, I need to use control and then click on the cell. Now I selected this first one. Now I'm holding control button and then clicking on the second cell, and now clicking the third cell. In this way, we could add it all these numbers to the sum function, and then closing the parentheses and entering. After entering, as you can see here, we have a function here that sum all these above 3 cells. What else we can do? We can also delete these cells with this data. We click it and delete it, and it asks me what to do when the cell is deleted. It says that shift the cells to the left or shift the cells to the right. Or if I don't want to do this one, I just click on the cancel. If I just want to free the data inside this one, I click it and press the button delete, and it will delete the data inside the cell, but not the cell itself. We can also move a cell to the left, to the right, or wherever we want. We select the cell, and after putting mouse inside this border, a new sign will appear here. As you can see here, if I go here, this is a plus. If I go here, this is 4 rows will appear. In this time, I press the left mouse button, and drag it to the left, to the right, wherever I want. In this way, I can move the cell to the left, to the right, or in some other cells, and replace with that cell. I can also copy the cell, or duplicate the cell, or duplicate the content of a cell and replace it with another cell by moving the mouse to the left bottom corner of the cell here, and pressing the mouse button and dragging it. As you can see here, now I have 5 trees in 5 cells in one row. Or I can select this one and drag it to the left. As you can see, now we have all these 3 values in all of these cells. In this way, we can fill the values of one cell to the other cells we want. So we can also copy this one and put it in anywhere we want by copying and pasting. We have many options to do that. Let's say right now we have here a value of the a function inside this cell. If I copy this one, and if I wanted to paste here, we have these many options. We have the default paste. We have this one, just copy the value of the cell. And we also have this functionality in PHP that we can also just copy the formula. When I paste this one, as you can see, is what it is doing is copying the formula from here and pasting it to here. So in these 2 cells, we have 3 and 3. That's why it's showing 6. So, but here when you click, there's nothing. It's just a number because we just copied the cell value. This is it for this lesson. We will see you in the next videos.